What's up, beautiful people? It's like 42 degrees out. It's drizzly. Fucking gotta get your motherfucking... Let this sprinkle fucking cleanse your aura for the fucking new year, you know? So I'll tell you what. A lot of healing in 2019. So grateful for it. It was so difficult, but it was so worth it. Maybe you experienced it as well. So let's just be grateful for all the lessons learned in 2019. Everybody who was there to support us. Everybody who was there to turn our backs on us, to realize that our true support came from within. And it wasn't anything outside of us. And once we realized that, that's when we stepped into our true power. Maybe we're still working towards that. I feel like we are. I feel like this healing journey is fucking infinite. So many layers. I peeled back so many last night. I ain't gonna lie, these last 2 weeks, ever since this, I could just say the 12/12 portal, and whatever. But regardless of the fact, if you're fucking spending time by yourself, doing the work, you're gonna peel back them layers. You're gonna realize your fucking patterns. Like, I realized why I fucking always end up in a codependent ass fucking situation. And it was because I never was supported throughout my life. Like, I even reflect back on, like, I never even really had a bedroom, you know, to call my own space, my own fucking bedroom. If I did have a bedroom, it was a fucking single mattress sitting in the middle of a fucking room with a blanket on it. White walls, fucking institutionalized, like no other. And then, like, all these things started coming up that I was never truly supported, you know? And it wasn't my mom's fault. She fucking was lost in her fucking body, mind, consciousness, thinking that everything, all the answers were out here. So I don't blame anybody. And there was lessons learned within that, you know? And these things happen so we could be right here, right now, and realize that our true power is from within. That's where it's at. I'm gonna step inside. It's getting kind of cold out here. But peel back them fucking layers, you know? I fucking highly recommend you guys actually start using cannabis fucking medicinally, just for the time being. Because I didn't know how much, like, I had an idea on how powerful cannabis was. Hold up 1 second. But I didn't know. You ever fucking smoked some cannabis and sat in your thoughts and realized how insecure you truly are? Like, I don't know about you, but that's what cannabis does to me. Especially if I have no tolerance to it and it's really strong. It brings out my insecurities. It brings out my shortcomings. It brings out everything. But if you're fucking getting stoned and then you're distracting yourself with eating and watching YouTube videos and whatever else to distract you, then you're really just fucking self-medicating. But when I started using cannabis effectively, meaning I would fucking just pack a bowl, take 1 to 3 hits depending on my tolerance, and I would go up in the room, put these headphones in, put on some type of healing frequency, and just lay there and observe my thoughts and just watch all these patterns come to the surface and reflect back on my life and ask certain questions like, why is this? Why is that? You know, and just wait for the answer. Don't guess what the answer is going to be. Just sit there and observe what the mind brings forward. You know, so many times we'll fucking ask our subconscious a question, and then our conscious, our fucking, you know, our conscious mind will fucking answer it, instead of just letting the fucking subconscious come to the surface and answer the question for us. And that's what I've been doing with this cannabis, and it's been really effective. I highly encourage it. I definitely do. I ate that mushroom last night. And I don't know if you're familiar with this, but if you actually get into that fucking Amanita muscaria mushroom, it is a powerful mushroom. But you have to prepare it correctly. I don't think I prepared it effectively as I could. I think I used too much heat. But the fact of the matter is, there was a lot of introspect in there. It wasn't like so many people think it's psychedelic, but clear this up. There's a difference between psychedelic and psychoactive. Psychedelic is, fractal patterns and colors and all that magical, mystical shit. Psychoactive is more of awareness of what's going on in your mind and certain things coming up that don't traditionally come up in your regular consciousness. So just know that just because something's psychoactive, it's not psychedelic. So this mushroom that I took was psychoactive. And it brought a lot of things to the surface, especially with the cannabis. And then one thing that you could do, that the shamans do, I'm trying to think. It's out in Russia somewhere. It's out in Russia. But they eat this mushroom and then they drink their urine after the mushroom goes through their system, because the ibotenic acid converts to muscarine, and then within the muscarine is where the psychoactive properties are. But the iboanic, however you pronounce it, that's actually the thing that causes nausea, sickness, and all that other stuff. So just know, if you want to take that mushroom, don't go looking for it. It will find you. And if it does, spend time on preparing it correctly. That's all. But I just wanted to give thanks and let everybody know that everything is gravy. I made a video about 4 days ago, and I wanted to discuss it in this video. I wasn't sure if I was going to post it or not. But it was me falling into those patterns, falling into the body-mind consciousness where I'm my thoughts and I'm my body, and I'm just reacting to my body and my mind thinking it's me. And that shit serves a great purpose. It sucks so bad, and you feel like you took 10 steps back in your healing journey. But as a matter of fact, you have to take them steps back because there's some things that you have to acknowledge. And when you move forward, that's when that awareness comes, being like, whoa, I was a whiny bitch. I need to not do that. I need to not be such a whiny bitch and fucking fall into that pattern to think that I'm my thoughts and these things are real. Because the mind will make you believe that. And then the mind will fucking give you a chemical cocktail through your body to even confirm it even more. So, you are not the body. I'm going to fucking post that video because I was a whiny little bitch. And after I made the video, I had talked to a friend and, she gave me a better, an alternative perspective. And I know, like, I have this separation between my mind and body and my awareness, but I have yet to be able to not always respond to it. And that's okay. I think we inch towards it until it just clicks into place. Like bam, oh my fucking God. And then you're not reacting to these fucking body mind. Because I think a lot of YouTubers get on here and they preach this shit. But they don't fucking sit there and discuss how they fall back in their patterns and how, they're struggling. And I think that's the biggest part of the journey. Of course you guys want to hear, oh yeah, everything's great. I feel good. I'm doing my healing and it's paying off. But you also want to hear, man, I had a bad fucking day. I fell back into that bullshit again. But guess what? I learned something from it. Let me teach you, or let me share with you what I learned. And that's what we're sharing here. To let everybody know that we're going through this just right along with you. So don't think you're alone in this journey. And if you're going through it heavy, just know that there's a great purpose for you. You might not know that right now. It might seem like everything is happening to you. But within that pain and suffering comes your solitude. You just have to find it within that. You have to get past that. You got to make sure that you don't react. You separate yourself from people, places, and things when this is going on, because you will say some shit to somebody that you don't really mean, or maybe you mean but they ain't ready to hear, you know. But I'm also a firm believer in what is said will be said, and if someone receives the medicine from it, then they do. If they don't, then they weren't ready for it. It's out of your hands. It's kind of funny. I was following this guy. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he's like a new age wizard. He's intuitive. His name's Phil Good. And he's got a straight line to the motherfucking divine, that's for sure. He's definitely gifted. And he made a video yesterday, and he says, this is the most relevant message that you could take with you for 2020. And he says that there are certain individuals on this planet right now that are volcanoes of love. Now, when I say volcanoes of love, meaning we're bursting with love. But if you don't know what love is, you might fucking confuse it for hate, for projection, for judgment, from being uncompassionate, but it's not. That's, your understanding of what love is off. And know that love comes in all forms. But what he was saying was, there's only two things that you could do. You can embrace it, be grateful for that person, to bring them patterns to the surface, to trigger you, because they're going to trigger a lot of individuals. A lot of individuals. And if you can't take it, fucking run. That's what his words were. He's like, if you ain't ready for it, get the fuck out the way, because they're going to shine some shit on your bullshit. And when I mean them, I mean us, because I already know that I'm one of them individuals. And I just have to let it flow out without trying to censor it. However it comes out, it will come out. Spirit doesn't want their message to be stifled any type of way. They want it to come out just as it comes. Just as it comes. And if someone takes it in a hurtful manner, that's a blessing. It's a fucking blessing. So anytime, practice this. It's in your best interest to practice this. Anytime you're in a situation and you're around individuals, and maybe within that circle of individuals, there's a few people that you point out, and you say, I don't like this person, I don't know what it is, but I don't like this person. They're mirroring back a reflection of you that you need to, I want to say adjust. I don't want to say change, maybe transform, but they're mirroring back something to you, and you have to ask yourself, what is this person mirroring back within me that makes me feel like I want to go put a fucking ice pick in their neck? You know? And it's okay to feel these fucking emotions. You have to embrace them and accept them and say, wow, I have a lot of fiery fucking anger in me still, and this person brings it out. So let me just be mindful of what this person has to show me and be thankful for it, instead of judging them and saying, you're a piece of shit, man. You fucking make me feel like a coward. You make me feel unworthy. You make me feel unconfident. Ask what that fucking person is mirroring back to you, and then be thankful. And that's a difficult process, but if you practice it, it'll get easier and easier. And that's where the healing comes in. Our healing is not fucking happening on the level we need it to happen when we're all joyful and everything is great and everything is happening for us. Those times are great. And it's almost like motivation to keep on going for when times get tough and you do fall into that body fucking mind consciousness, and you think you're the mind and you think you're the body, and you fall into a dark abyss and you think, what am I fucking doing? Am I wasting my time? Why am I even fucking doing this? I wish I could just go back asleep. But that's where the healing's done. You have to be thankful for them times. You might not be thankful in the moment. And you're going to see this video I post. And like I said, if I fucking feel insecure about some shit that I said, and I try to hide what flows out of me, that means I'm not standing in my truth, in my power. And I'm running from an aspect of myself. And that's not what I'm trying to do. I'll put everything on this motherfucker and let you know I'm not perfect. I'm imperfectly perfect, as well as you. We all are. We are all connected. We all trigger individuals in certain ways. And once you connect to this fucking flow, you can get around a certain individual and the universe will just turn you into that perfect mirror to shine that light on that person's shit. I'm doing it all the time. But I fell back from it because I realized it's only making my fucking situation more tense, more stressful, you know, because some people ain't ready for it and they fucking take it personal. And if you live with those individuals that you're trying to assist on their healing, but you're pushing them over their edge, and then all it does is create tension, there's something to learn within that. But you just have to fall back sometimes because it can get intense. But all is well. 2020's here. Start writing what you want to release. Fucking self-limiting beliefs, negative core values, bad habits, fucking unhealthy thoughts, whatever it is, fucking write a list down. Just write a list. Don't even say it, like, just put out a piece of paper and be conscious that you want to think of these things you want to release throughout the day. And if you have that piece of paper in your pocket, pull it out, write it down, put it back in. Oh, another thing pops up, pull it out, write it down, put it in. And by the end of the day, you're going to have a nice fucking list of all the things you want to release. You're going to go outside with a fucking piece of fucking that paper and a candle or a lighter, and you're going to burn that bitch, and you're going to send it back into the earth. And then you're going to give gratitude for the earth for healing and transmuting that and assisting you with releasing that shit. We are all connected. We're connected to this planet. Just like that fucking tree's roots are in the ground, our roots are in the ground. We're not separate from this. And the moment that we step in to this unity, that we're connected to this planet and that we're supported and we have everything that we fucking need, maybe not what we want and what we think we deserve, take that word out your fucking vocabulary. Oh, I deserve this. No, you might be worthy of something, but you don't deserve shit. You already got what you deserved. When your head lifts off that pillow in the morning and you're fucking breathing and your mind's thinking, your body's moving and everything's going, you have exactly everything you fucking need to make it through the next day and the next day and the next day. Every fucking thing out here in this 3D world is a fucking man-made construct that is an illusion. So this fucking money system, meaning I don't have any money in my bank account, I can't do shit, I ain't worth shit, needs to go. You gotta cut the cord on that. Because think about when money wasn't a thing. People didn't give a fuck about that. But all of a sudden it is a thing. And I get it, we have to survive. But we have to detach and know that's not where our worth comes from. It's not where it comes from. And the moment you cut the cord on that and you find your worth from within, and you find yourself, and you shine that however it comes out, without any expectation of somebody, so many times we say something to people, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook, with the intentions of getting a reply back. Fuck that. When I fucking post something on Facebook, I don't come back to it. Maybe a month, maybe 3 months, but I don't pay attention to that shit because I don't say shit to get a response. I say shit to share what's on my mind, to help me vent, and then to be of service. And that's it. So practice that. Quit doing things to get a response. Quit doing things with a hidden motive. Your only hidden motive should be finding you. See, if I say this, triggers that person, triggers me back. This comes to the surface. Wow, I just found out a little more about myself. And that's the game. That's the healing. Either way, I looked up there. It's 2020, bitch. Either way, I just wanted to make this video. I'm going to post both of them. And please forgive me for my whiny bitchiness. I am perfectly aware of these patterns I fall in, and I accept them with grace. But they hurt. They really do. They shine a light, and they make you feel weak. But stand in that weakness and say, why does this make me feel weak? Why does this make me feel vulnerable? And just wait for the answer. Don't think of the answer. Wait for the answer. But either way, if I have anything else to say, I'll make another beautiful video for another beautiful soul like you. Have a beautiful day and a beautiful year. Love yourself.